Today I went to Cuyahoga Falls High School to talk to some of the kids about trying out for the basketball team. This was one hell of an experience emotionally, as it is my high school alma mater, and to be honest, it brought me back to my high school days. It was pretty different since they have a new coach. However, the atmosphere has only changed a little bit. Seeing my old locker, my old jersey, my old court, my old hallways, on a day like this, it gets to me a little. Because this is where my dreams to play at the next level really developed, and I welcome moments like this. Playing college basketball has brought me you guys that support my dreams to document my life, and for that, you have changed my perspective on many things. And I'm happy to grow with all of you. If you're in high school and you are trying out for your team soon or already tried out and you did not make the team, it is very important for you to understand the value in that. It's okay to fail, and this isn't just about basketball. Consistent does not mean perfect. The master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. Use this setback as a way to move forward and become even better. You're worth something. Go find it.
I feel the master. I feel it. Y'all ready? They ready? Well, come on.
All right, we just got to Falls. I think the girls' basketball team's trying out right now. We're going to go in the locker room, say what's up, Debbie. Sorry. What's up? What's up? You brought back the letter? Yeah, I brought the letter. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? This is the locker room. Dang. It's like, it's not that I haven't been back, but it's like being back on this day, knowing that they're about to try out and stuff.
Give a locker tour.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
You showing off your locker again?
Yeah.
How you doing,
How
buddy?
are you?
Good. Glad you can make it.
Thank you.
Say as much as you want, as long as you want.
Okay.
But just don't go 3 hours.
I won't.
Well, yeah, all the kids will get here, and I'll give you as much time as you need because I've shrunk down the practice schedule to give you the time. So you're not trying to.
No.
I've already been told. Got you guys donuts. Make sure you thank them.
See, no surprise.
Oh. Hey, first off, we're going to take a few minutes here and let Devontae talk. He's got a great message. Enjoy your donut, but really listen to what he has to say. I think it's a terrific message. I've talked to other coaches in the area, and we really respect what he's doing. I mean, his vlog is funny and everything, we get that, but there's a lot of great information. And I talked to him last week. I was going to ask him if he'd come and talk, but he volunteered before I could even ask. So I really appreciate that. It's great the fact that he's from Cuyahoga Falls. I remember coaching against him. I beat him one time, and then he beat us one time. He's got a great story, a great message. So when we get to him, just give him your undivided attention. And then when he's done, we'll get into things. That's all I got for right now. I'm going to turn it over to Devontae. Like I said, give him your undivided attention. I really appreciate him coming in. Hopefully, he'll come in more times, but obviously his schedule gets pretty hectic here. So there's Devontae, fellas.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. This is like he mentioned, I'm from Falls, so this is kind of crazy for me to be back here. This day, like the whole tryout day thing hits home for me personally just because like the whole atmosphere of basketball season starting up. This moment should mean a lot, not only for me, but for all of you guys too, and I hope it does. My name is Devontae Friga. I graduated here in 2016, so I know some of you, but not all of you. I am a senior at Mount Union right now. It's a small Division III school in like a little bit past Canton. A lot of you guys know Division III as, you know, just the bottom line NCAA, and that's how I took it too. And that's kind of what my vlog is about. So you guys are going to be on my YouTube channel too. But that's kind of what I vlog my life about. But before we get to that, I kind of wanted to tell you guys my story on tryouts and the biggest reason for why I really wanted to come and talk today. In 7th grade, before 7th grade really, I had a dream to play professional basketball. You know, everybody that plays basketball as they're younger, like they want to play professional basketball, they want to go to the NBA. And my 7th grade year, I tried out for the team and I made the B team. It's not that big of a deal when I think about it now, but back then it was the gold team, it was the B team. Everybody knows who their best players are on the team. You just know that. They're on the A team, they're on the black team. It was you just knew who it was. For me, it hurt a little bit, but it wasn't like, you know, I was gonna just take it and like leave it and then, you know, not try out the next year. Because what I've learned is a lot of a lot of the time, everything has to do with your reactions. There's a quote that I wanted to tell you guys today. I want you guys to take it and like really utilize it for your life. And it's, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. A lot of you guys can use that for everything, and this isn't just basketball. I'm gonna say it again, just so you guys can really pay attention to it. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. The next thing I want to talk about, there's two big things I really wanted to discuss though. The first one, obviously making the team. Second one, not making the team. I know a lot of you guys in here, and I know a lot of you are like, oh, I'm already gonna make the team. But for the guys that are nervous, because there's gotta be people that are a little bit nervous in here, you shouldn't be. It's not the end of the day if you don't make the team. I think, like I just said, it's your reaction to not making the team. And then for the guys that do make the team, throughout the entire season, there's gonna be people on your team are going to, I think, like, forget about the people that didn't even show up to tryouts today because they were scared they weren't gonna make the team. So I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. So there's gonna be people that make the team, right? And they aren't gonna be able to play as much as they want to. But at the same time, there's somebody walking around Cuyahoga Falls High School or somebody in the gym today that didn't make the team or didn't even come to tryouts because they were scared they weren't going to make the team, that would die for your spot at the end of the bench. And that has a lot to do with gratitude. And I talk about it all the time because I think everybody should be grateful for everything in their life. And life is about moments, not about time. And I think it's a big thing that you all need to take away, because I think being grateful for everything in your life is the biggest thing you could take. And that's not just basketball, like I said.
Devontae made, I will chime in a little bit, it's about the 7th grade. When I was at Green, we made a heck of a run one year to the district championship game, playing Warren Harding. They had 5 Division I players, we had 1 Division III player. But we had a young man, got cut his 7th grade, got cut his 8th grade, and by the time the senior season, we got to that district championship, he was our starting 2 guard. So, whether it's 7th grade, whether it's your sophomore year or whatever, never give up. Never give up. You just never know. You know, and that's why I told you guys, when we make our selection, we're going to talk to each of you one-on-one. So if you don't make it, you're going to know why you didn't make it. So you can take that, we're going to say, hey, you need to go work on your ball handling, you got to work on your shooting, whatever it may be. You know, and like Devontae said, how are you going to react to that? Are you going to put your head down and just give up and quit? Or are you going to say, hey, I'm going to show Coach Taylor I should have been on that team, and I'm going to go bust my hump, and I'm going to show him next year I'm going to make that team. So how are you going to react to it? How are you going to react to that stuff that happens on the floor? I know last year there was an incident, some stuff happened. Some guys probably didn't respond very well to it. When the officials make a bad call, and yes, I know they'll make a few bad calls. I'll make mistakes. How am I going to react to it? So that's a great message he has there.
This is the perfect time to put it into like reality too, because you guys are still really young, and I mean we're all still young. You know what I mean?
Some of us.
No, you're still young. I think like going off of that, I didn't really get into the 7th grade story much, but I always say I didn't really make the team because the B team was like, it was the team that the coaches made for the guys that really wanted to play, but you know, they weren't the best players on the team. And I would talk to every single one of those coaches that cut me from the A team and put me on the B team in 7th grade. And they all said they did not think I was going to play basketball. You know, I was just one of those kids that was going to try out 8th grade year, probably not make the team, and then I wasn't going to play basketball for the rest of my life. And I didn't like that idea. I didn't make the A team. I took that, and then I tried out 8th grade year. I didn't play at all 8th grade year. Then 9th grade came around. I played a little bit, but I wasn't good. Like I think I was averaging like 7 or 8 turnovers a game, which is not good. So I talk about it a lot. Like this is the place where my dreams really became, and they really developed to play at the next level, the collegiate level. And then, so I took that whole freshman year and I really like dedicated my entire summer to becoming better every single day. Then sophomore year, I really had like a breakout season, quote unquote, on JV, and they moved me up to varsity and I was able to get some time. And then it's all really confidence from there. So if you guys are ever feeling low about your game, just know that it has a lot to do with confidence, and that's kind of what I talk about on there too. So,
tell them a little bit, because when Devontae went to Mount Union. He wasn't the star. He wasn't granted a starting spot. So tell them a little bit what your story when you got to Mount Union.
So it's actually, my 7th grade story is kind of the exact same as when I got to Mount Union. I thought, so in college, especially at the Division III level, most of the guys that get recruited to the team were their best player in high school. And so you have that mentality like, I'm just going to come in to college and be the best player again. Because you don't want to go back to the end of the bench and start all over again. But sadly, that's kind of the reality for most guys because everybody at the college level is good. And going into my freshman year, I had that mentality. I was roommates with Nathan Bauer-Maloney. He played at Stowe. And he's like my best friend. And he started right away. And I was his roommate. And I went to practice with him every day. And I had I was actually in the other locker room on the other side of the bathroom. Nathan's over here. So I'm seeing all of these good things happen to him. And that's just like killer to my heart. Because I wanted to play at the collegiate level. But it was also so motivating because he was right there next to me, letting me know that my time is coming. Going into our first practice, I didn't even have a practice jersey. Coach was just like, hey, show up with a black t-shirt. And I was like, damn, okay. But I took it. It was an opportunity. It was an opportunity that I know a lot of people would never get. And I know a lot of people, like something that I base a lot of my stories on is there's people right now that are just wishing, dying, and praying for your position, no matter the spot that you're in, whether you're at the end of the bench or if you're starting. So for me, it was some of the guys that got cut from Mount Union that wish they could have showed up to our practice with a black shirt. For Nate, or for me to look at Nathan, it was, I wish I could have a jersey to play on the varsity team. And then by the end of freshman year, I was doing really good on JV. I was just working my ass off in practice, and I ended up starting the last 7 games on varsity. So it was just another one of those, my 7th grade story, working my way up to varsity, but it kind of happened a lot quicker than expected, and I appreciated it a lot, and I was really grateful for it. So
a lot of people, not a lot, they'll think, oh, Division III. Guys, we're going to go down and watch Mount. You're going to be like, holy cow, they can play, and they can play. You know, I know Coach Treeline has high expectations this year for the squad. So we'll go down there and we'll check it out. And I think you'll get down there, some of you guys will say, man, these guys can shoot. When you get to Division III, honestly, everybody can shoot.
yeah, that's the biggest thing.
You know, we'll do some stuff during the season, like when the ball, guys driving. You know, at college level, you don't help off the corner, because if you help off the corner, that's 3 points. So I think some of you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised when we go down to Mount to see the skill level, the shooting level that's at Division III. So for Devontae to go in his freshman year and do that, and for Nathan, I got to coach against Nathan a few times too, but for them to do that as freshmen, I mean, that's a great accomplishment. And like you said, when you go in there, you're going against, you know, Nordonia kids are there, Stowe kids are there. You're going with their best players.
Like it's people that you've been playing. For me, it was people I've been playing with the entire time. But yeah, I mean, that's what my vlog is dedicated to, my YouTube channel. Like I went to a couple high schools. I went to Talmadge, I went to Cloverleaf, and I played against them, and I went to their open gyms. And I just talked about how it doesn't have to be D1 or die. That was my whole mentality when I was in high school. Was like, you know, on Twitter, you guys all have Twitter or no? A couple years ago, Twitter was like the place where everybody would post, and I'm sure you guys have all seen it. I'm blessed and thankful to receive an offer from so-and-so. Have you guys seen those? Like everybody in high school, when they get an offer, they instantly post a picture of the school's logo. I'm blessed and grateful. And I saw that from all these people that were my age, and I just like, I looked at it and I was just pissed off. I was like, why am I not getting these Division II and Division I scholarships? And I think it was like, it's kind of bad for me because there was maybe like four Division III scouts here a couple games, and I just kind of like looked past them. You know what I mean? They would talk to me after the game. I'd give them my attention, but I'd look past them, and I wouldn't acknowledge the fact that, you know, that's something I should do. Now, if I could talk to myself now, I would just tell myself to focus on, you know, everything that I can control. But I think that the biggest thing I can give to you guys is like, I wouldn't worry so much about the level, because at this point, it's not so much worrying about the opinion of others about going Division I or Division II or getting a full ride. It's being able to play that extra 4 years. And then for me, I'm gonna even try and play professional overseas, and I'm sure I'll have that same, you know, starting at the end of the bench feel too. But that's kind of something that I thrive off of. But yeah, That's the dedication.
Well, I do. I want to thank you for coming out. It means a lot to have you out here. The one thing I really want everybody to know, the alumni, they're always welcome back here. You know, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So alumni is always welcome back. So anybody watches this vlog, the alumni, come on back. You're always part of our family. So, but again, I want to thank Devontae for coming. Everybody give him a hand. All right. Wipe your mouth, wipe your hands. Let's get ready to play some basketball.
Good luck, good luck. It was awesome, actually. I think it's really cool to be back here, talk to these guys, because I remember being in their spot. It's also like gratifying for me. I know, it's just crazy to be back, especially on this day. So,
man, you look terrific. It was nice to hear you talk too.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Are you pretty close to graduating?
Yeah. This upcoming spring.
It was really nice of you to come back and talk to you.
Coach Hovey. Thank you.
You look terrific.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I missed a quote that I definitely wanted to say, but I definitely want to tell you guys. I put it in the description of like all of my videos at the very end. Part of it. You do not decide your futures. You decide your habits, and your habits decide your futures. And I think that that's something that all of you guys can take away. And I think that's something that I try and base my life off of. Like I said, if you go in the description of all my videos, it says change your habits and be you. And I just think that if you're able to change your habits to line up with what you want to see in the future, then your habits will decide your futures for you.
I know I talked about it, but I think what defines us as humans is not necessarily what happens in our lives, but how we choose to react to the things that happen to us. It is important to remember why we do things and who we do them for. And for everyone watching this, I just want you to know that I appreciate you, I'm motivated by you, and you are why I do what I do.